right, guys, let's see how these what should you be forgetting today questions went. Test on these tomorrow, so extra big day to be ready and hope they went really well. So let's go through. First one, check your work, check your answer as we go here. 12 out of 30 students have bought a glitter pen. Sounds to me like some students have bought one, part. Some have not bought one, part. And all the students is the whole, something like that. 12 out of 30 bought one, so 12 bought one out of 30 in all. 30 should be the whole there, which means 18 have not, if you want to find your other part. What percent of the students bought a glitter pen? So what percent means what part bought them if there were 100 students in the class. There's not 100 students in the class, but if there were. So that's going to be a tough one, because since I don't know how to get from 30 to 100 multiplying easily, I also don't know how to get from 12 to whatever multiplying easily, so I'm going to need to go back to a lower term of the ratio. 12, 18, and 30 can all be divided by 3, common factor of 3. So if I divide all those by 3, that's the same as 4 buying, 6 not buying out of 10 in all. Same ratio if you divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. So 12 out of 30 is the same as 4 out of 10 buying it. And now from 10, I can get to 100 by multiplying by 10. So 4, I can get to here. I would, of course, also multiply by 10. So multiply by 10 here, and 40 out of every 100, or 40% of the students, bought a glitter pen. That's a distinguished question because we had to go to a lower term first before the answer. Notice this is not even my lowest term. It's a lower term. It helped. I could have even divided these by 2 and gone to 2 and 3 and 5. But this one was good enough to help. Dr. Doble is about 20 miles away from Bay Creek. 5 miles is equivalent to 8 kilometers. Use the ratio table to find out how far I live from Bay Creek. So this is a measurement conversion question. We're going to switch between miles and kilometers. Special ratio number 2. Miles, kilometers. 5 miles is equivalent to 8 kilometers. I live 25 miles away. Now I'm ready to go. I could build my way up to 25, or I could multiply my way up to 25. Either way, times 5, times 5. I live about 40 kilometers away from the school. In the problem, 100 was not a multiple of 30 was our issue there. So what did you do about it and why? My strategy, of course, was to go back to a lower term, then to go to the end. There are other ways to do it. I know some of you are more comfortable using decimals and things like that, but my strategy is to go to a lower term first, then use the lower term to find the tough multiple. Ratio per 1 is called a unit rate, a special ratio with a 1. Hopefully we've got that down. And in a unit rate question, one of the parts is a 1. A ratio per 100 is called a percent or a percentage or a percent ratio. Any of those are fine. In those, the whole is always 100. So remember back there, I said what out of 100 it went in the whole. Percent's always the whole is 100. Might be helpful later today. Tough question, huh? What would be the next 3 numbers to the right past the 10? Those would be obviously 11, 12, and 13. What would be the next 3 numbers this way? Not a remember question. What 3 numbers come before 0? If you have never seen them before, they are -1, -2, and -3. We're going to start looking today at numbers that are negative, numbers that are less than 0 or to the left of 0 on a number line, and those would be the first 3. On the number line to the left, the number 2 and 8/10 would be between the 2 and the 3. It would be closer to the 3. The number 7 and 6/8 would be between the 7 and the 8. It's more than 7. It's less than 8. It would be closer to the 8 because 6/8 is more than half. 4/8 would be half, so it's closer to 8. The number exactly between the 3 and the 4, you could have either written 3 1/2 or 3 and 5/10. That's 3 and 5/10, which is the same as 3 and 5/10 written that way, which is the same as that. Those are all the same thing. Cool. Hope those went good for you. At this time, please fill in anything you need to fill in so that you remember them. I'll write these answers in for you. Show some good work so you have good examples for when you need them. Then take the time to go ahead and do your multiplication facts before you go on to the next step. After you've done the multiplication facts, I'll see you there.